So for my last video, I wanted to showcase the new monthly card, and again, these videos are mostly just like me playtesting stuff, not official deck spotlights like I usually do when I've put a lot of time in on something and I feel confident with sharing it. But I wanted to try the new card out, and I think that sometimes people forget that you can play orcs not in a warrior build. And so I've been playing some Orc Battlemage a bit, and when I say a bit, I mean like 3 or 4 games. But so far it's kind of passing the sniff test, so we'll see how it goes today. Let's jump right in. Again, this is orcs, so primarily still strength, right? Primarily still a heavy red deck. By playing Battle Mage, though, you're kind of trading Sower of Revenge and Militant Chieftain and like Dragon Tail for Lightning Bolt. Who doesn't love Lightning Bolt? Some of your ward creatures to kind of help smooth out the early game. I think Wordcrafter is actually pretty decent for like helping you establish control in the field lane. Orcs in general tend to be more like a mid-range deck, and the sooner you can kind of take control of the board, the better off you are. So I think that helps. Sentinel Battle Mace is great. You get Encano as a finisher. I'm not saying that this is better than the warrior version. Probably not, because Sower of Revenge is literally just that good. Oh, alright. I actually think we're going to throw Garnag back. Against Assassin, it's likely just not the best thing there. Yeah, that's better. We'll say hello as well. We'll be nice. So, we're going second against Assassin, and we're going to lead off with this and hope he doesn't have a curse in the opening hand. A lot of people try to get that Skulk and throw back the curses, so hopefully he does not have it. There it is. Now he'll get it and run away here.
Your blood will spill.
So we're gonna make him have to have the decision of, do I take this down by 1 so it doesn't trade into my Skulk, or do I just remove the Wordcrafter? If he takes this down a peg but it's still here, Clan Captain would still allow us to trade. Archer would also allow us to ping. Alright, so he just goes straight with that removal. Oh! And runs it away.
Of course I'm on your side.
Not bad, not bad. So we have an interesting play here. If he has removal, our plan goes up in flames, but the play, in my opinion, is we play this and we ping. And the reason we do this is because if this trades in to clear the way for this, then we get the 2-1 with guard, and then I'll have to have like a firebolt or something. If he has a firebolt, you can trade this in and save this, but either way, like, we're making... Oh, or we could just have removal and we're host. Alright, so if he doesn't have the lightning bolt, we were getting some sort of value there. Turns out, not so much, though. Alright, so now we're actually in a bit of a pickle. I mean, I think we keep pressuring. It's not like we're going to drain him of cards anytime soon. He's only got 1 curse so far, so he's going to get a second one here. So we have to just decide what our best course of action is. My instinct tells me to play both Orc Clan Captains over here, because then even if he loses the Skulk, it's like a winner. But if he hits me in the face with the Skulk, he can take one out, and then this value trades, and that thing's still alive. And then our following turns are kind of not that great. But the problem is that the other option is I could double Orc Clan Captain over here, but I'm not in a position where I can outrace him. I also have just cheated myself out of 2 damage, if that is indeed the case. Yeah. I'm also kind of tempted to just play this even without the buff, because it might be able to trade. Like, you would have to double hit that guy. Yeah, I think we're actually going to do that. That is not a feels good play right there, but we really need to fight for board position. It also tips our hand that we're playing orcs. Just goes to show you how good Goblin Skulk still is. I've been saying it since core set. I don't think there's a better 2-drop in the game. Alright.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
That's a bit of a problem for us. Because he's
The force
still...
is my strength and
I was
my
going to say, he
courage.
still gets to develop on top of all that. And we are just not in a position to keep up. So he still has one curse left in his hand. Potentially Sheer Point and or Leaf Lurker to pair with it next turn. So I don't think there's even a way that we can win this without hitting Prophecies for like the next 3 runes. Doesn't mean we're not going to try. We're going to try our darndest here.
We stand united. Close ranks. Let nothing through.
We're going to try our darndest here, but it is what we got to do. This is the one downside to orcs, and this isn't even just like a battle mage specific. In fact, I think battle mage orc is a little bit better at playing from behind than warrior, just because of the presence of lightning bolts, things like that. Yeah. So he gets to do that. He gets the value trade. Swings for 6. We hit no prophecy. Still, oh, we got one. Alright, so we hit here, because that will give us a guy. That's really important.
I'm ready for anything. Tawako watches
We're still in a lot of danger here, because basically I have to do this to get the value trade. I don't think we'd give him cards yet, although it doesn't matter. Again, he's got like 1,000,000 cards. But at this point, going down to 6 against Assassin, yeah. Cliff Racers, Lightning Bolts, you name it, they got it.
Right behind you. A dark omen for you.
I mean, I guess we make the trades and then we swing. We should have probably swung last turn. Again, he's got 1,000,000 cards. We're probably just dead here. Encano does it. Lightning Bolt does it. Cliff Racer does it. There it is.
Well fought.
So, yeah. Dropped one there. But it was a, you know, typical mid-range slugfest. And we got out-tempoed. Let's try this again. Alright, just doing my old deck tracking stuff here. So we are definitely going to need to do a better job of getting control of the board this time if possible. Hopefully we don't have to deal with Goblin Skulks. Okay, this looks good. We don't have a 3-drop necessarily, but we should hopefully draw one over the next couple of turns. And there's a 3-drop. So curious to see if this is going to be like the mid-mage or control mage. Our deck is actually okay against control.
Band together,
It's not like a guaranteed win by any means, but it's okay. We got a lot of beats. We got some resiliency. Okay. So next turn he could have Lightning Bolt. We could play this, which in theory protects this, but a Lightning Bolt or a Firebolt to pick that off and then trade into this puts us pretty far behind. Or if I just play the Clan Captain, then I have to make the decision be on him and I save a little bit of burst. I think we're going to do that, actually. We're going to say which one do you dislike more? Or it doesn't matter. Execute. So, looking like it's going to be against Control Mage. Just kind of a bummer.
Careful there, friend.
Wow. That hurts. That hurts a lot.
We must protect our stronghold.
Alright. We'll at least peel one off. We're coming over here because we still haven't seen any firebolts yet either, and at this point, like, I don't want to give him a trade plus firebolt. He's kept all of our tempo off the board pretty masterfully.
I'm ready for anything.
So I don't want to give him any freebies. In fact, we haven't been able to draw, and now we couldn't activate Butcher. It's not been the best start for us. Alright, we're in an interesting position because...
Gore and glory.
Yeah, I think we still probably activate the Butcher. We're a couple of turns away from Dawn's Wrath, so I feel like stacking is likely our best bet here. Ice Storm is a thing. It would kill 2 of them. Piercing Javelin and the Butcher is also bad. There's a lot of ways that this could go wrong. But much like our failures from last game, we tried to take control of the field lane and then completely failed. That is not a good spot to be in when you're playing orcs, regardless of color. Yeah, that's a problem. Alright, let's do this. And if they're both still alive, we'll likely draw. Okay.
Right behind you.
I know that we have that Butcher that we could have activated, but I don't want to walk the Butcher into a Dawn's Wrath. I don't want to play the Butcher over here and let him be able to trade in and then bolt it. Ice Storm's a bit of a problem here as well, so I wanted to play something that cycled, because this can hit here and then you could Ice Storm to clear. We really need him to just have a lackluster hand, but that's not looking likely with how good it's been so far. I mean, it's kind of a clinic on Control Mage, you know? Get that execute value, win the early trades. Like, it doesn't even matter if they're value trades. Like, you got the one from the Wordcrafter, but with the Harpies, even if they trade for one, that's a big win for Control Mage. The only thing that we have going for us is that our deck does sport a fair amount of reach. We have the Wood Orc Headhunters, we have Vigilantes, we have Sowers, we have Battle Ragers, Gatekeepers. Alright, that took him an awful long time to decide that Ice Storm was his best option. Let's see if he has the Dawn's Wrath.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
I mean, I have to assume that he does, but if we split, then a Hive Defender was a problem as well.
I have many important things on my
Or
mind.
Unkano, alright. That's legit. That's legit. We're just gonna go ahead and hit him as hard as we can with what we got. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way that we don't run into prophecies here, but we're just trying to get him as low as we can and pray he doesn't have life gain, and then maybe we can get there. can't imagine a single prophecy he wouldn't want to play here, so I'm a little puzzled at the decision making. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I guess that I can understand him hesitating there. If he doesn't have removal for the captain, swinging in to trade with Ancano gives me a card, right? So, all right. So he had the execute. I don't understand that.
Let none defile our
He also has the health gain. This is a pretty nightmarish scenario for us at the moment.
Tawaka watches over me.
I'm gonna hold on to this for now. I have to assume this is like a Manticore. No? That works too.
Holding on to anything interesting?
So at this point, what we're really searching for are sowers, Jarls, like Triumphant Jarl would be pretty great. I do kind of non-traditionally... Oh, you know what? I apologize. I'm not running Jarl. I'm on Battlemage still. Huh. Thinking about my Orc Warrior deck. My apologies. So here... Oh, that gets us partially there. Here, what are we hoping for? Lightning Bolts, Merrick to pair with some Chargers. My own Ancano would kind of go a long way. It's almost necessary now. If the Undying Dragon gets going, then we just lose for sure. And we will drop 2.
Holding on to anything interesting?
And both games will be entirely because we could not control the field lane. Let's see if he... Oh, I was going to say... See if he actually attacks here, but I wasn't expecting him to.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
Yeah, I don't think that we can win once the dragon swings in. Can maybe do it with some outs if we hit some prophecies, but him being at 18 health, I don't think that we're going to get enough burst at that point to make up for it.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
Excuse me. Him being at 20 makes it even tougher.
I shall end their blasphemy! We'll see about this.
Does he just have lethal? Because 2 lightning bolts would get him there. Except he's already played 2. Maybe he just wants to get me to 11 to swing for lethal next turn. It's kind of sad. Without the health gain, we could have come awfully close to getting there. Not quite, though. Not quite.
Band together, orcs.
There's nowhere they can hide. The hunter.
Sadly,
becomes
that's the
the
best we
hunted.
got. And then we lose. We're just gonna go ahead and... we'll let him get the swing in while I talk. So, obviously we didn't win either of our games for this video, which is always disappointing. I hate going 0-2 for these, but... I don't think it's necessarily reflective of the deck. I've got a positive win rate just playing it so far. I think losing these doesn't take me below 50% even. So, the deck is fine. I'm not convinced that it's going to be as good as the Warrior version. But either version, right? So the one from the previous video and for this one, it's really important when you're playing a deck like this that you get control of the field lane and then try to snowball your advantage in your position. It's kind of just the way the decks are wired. They do not do well from behind, And if you're looking for ways to beat these kinds of decks, you know, this goes kind of for all of these like mid-range snowball-y decks, right? Assassin, Sorcerer, Orc Warrior, this version of Orcs. Try to deny them board position. If you can do that and you can put them on their back foot, they do not do well from playing from behind, and that's how you press your advantage. So if you learn anything, just learn how you, I guess, beat these decks. That's it for this video. As always, I love you guys, and until next time, may you walk on warm sands.